Sid Sabo.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Share Chair.
Thanks, good to be here.
Ashley Higgs is with us. Ashley, because Ashley's going to work on the Share Chair next year once Elise leaves us, and so Sid, man, you're down to like what 4.5 weeks.
Yeah, we have like 23 days
really.
left, I think. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of can't wait, but part of me, like, I don't know, doesn't want to say goodbye quite yet to high school life. I don't know, but I'm pretty excited to go into, like, just get to college already.
So where are you headed?
I'm thinking Ferris State University for television, digital media production.
Start in that digital media world.
Right.
Like, where did that? So you love this?
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun. It all started in elementary school, actually. My friends and I would make stop-motion videos with Legos. You know, just you build your little set, you lock your camera onto a tripod. Usually, we didn't really have a tripod when we started out. We got one, but it didn't make them much better. Anyways, but yeah, looking back at them now, I'm like, oh, I made those. I sound like I'm 2 years old. I took it way more seriously than any of my friends. I'm like, no, it has to be perfect. The lighting's not right. They're like, it's just for fun, relax. I'm like, no. So I guess that was kind of a foreshadowing. I guess I just progressed to live action. I bought a little Sony webcam for my birthday. And yeah, made some videos with that. Moved up to DV tapes where I had to manually capture all of the footage on my computer, and I'm finally in the digital age. Yep.
Then in 7th grade,
Oh yeah.
I was in your class still then, and you made a video of, it was you and Brendan Tays, and it was so funny. And so the video was basically you guys not bombing the school. It wasn't like mean, or it wasn't, you know, you weren't threatening the school or anything. But then you had to take it down because it was, you know, promoting terrorism.
I've gotten
Yeah, so like, what was that?
I mean, I've gotten so much mileage out of that event.
Yes!
Out of me just getting it taken down. So what happened? It was a project where we had to kind of give a demonstration, like a speech or whatever, about a career that we wanted to pursue. And at the time, I was watching a whole bunch of like action video effects videos on YouTube from like Freddie Wong and stuff. So I'm like, oh hey, I could be a video effects producer and I'll make a video for my presentation, you know?
Yeah.
So Brendan and I just came up with the most ridiculous video we possibly could, with as many effects like crammed in there as we could. It involved us fighting with lightsabers and throwing grenades at each other. Yeah, we bought some green paint from Ace, painted like a section of my basement wall, which is still there as a green screen. Obtained some special effects, video effects software, completely legally. Just cut that out. And yeah, so I did that together. Presented it, everybody loved it. Yeah, I'm sure you were there. So many teachers showed that. Like, I made it for English class, but like every other class I was in showed it, and they were showing it to like everybody. I was like, wow, this is getting pretty popular. I got called down to the principal's office one day. It was just like, hey, Sid, it's a great video, but you're gonna have to take it down. Actually, there's a great recreation. I made a video about this for Mr. Tooney's class.
Yeah.
About like after the fact, so you can watch that. My channel on YouTube is called The Sus Bus. I uploaded the video, and so far I haven't gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully whoever wanted it to be taken down in the first place doesn't listen to the Share Chair, but
So is that what you assume or think happened, that somebody was
yeah, I think it's
offended,
like some
or
parents
some,
that called in or something, or
okay.
maybe, I don't know, some of the faculty was like, oh, we can't have explosions at the school, that's not orthodox.
Yeah.
As long as they don't force it onto other people and make them take down their videos they made creatively, then do what you want. I don't really care.
The green screen that you guys homemade, you painted
yeah.
it, and all of that sort of amateur equipment you were using to make that first video that really got popular within the school. And obviously, I know that you do have like a lot of high tech.
Yeah, now I have
stuff
quite the
now.
collection.
So like, what is that? What's your setup per se?
My setup, okay, so it's all built around Panasonic GH4 mirrorless interchangeable lens camera, or MILC. I like the acronym because there's DSLR, digital single lens reflex, which a lot of people use. They're cheaper and they have a prism up top, so it kind of bends the light from the lens into your eye, whereas mirrorless interchangeable lens cameras, or MILCs, have 2 electronic viewfinders. so they're better for video. So I built my whole setup around that. I have a cage for it that allows me to attach a whole bunch of.
Yeah, so it's like the fancy one you put on your shoulder. And
yeah,
really
that's the shoulder rig. You can put it on a shoulder rig if you don't have a cage, but the cage is just for attaching like microphones and handles and audio recorders, all that fancy stuff. But I do have a shoulder rig that the whole cage and system goes on, and I can also swap it out for a tripod or a glide cam, which is basically like a little gimbal that you hang on to it, counterweight at the bottom, so it keeps the horizon steady. So I have a whole bunch of stuff like that. Audio is another important thing. I have a boom pole and a Tascam DR60 Mark II linear PCM recorder with a Rode NTG2 shotgun microphone and a dead cat wind buster, which looks like a dead cat. It's the name of the product. It's a dead cat.
And so I know with all of this equipment, you actually do your own work, like with the stuff for other companies per se, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, and you get paid for that.
My friend Quinn and I did some work for Muskegon area school districts. They have this new program called Little Scholar where it distributes these learning tablets, like little iPad type things, to preschools all around the Muskegon area. So we made a little promotional video for them.
The dream. I mean, the dream is working in the biz.
Yeah, the biz, freelancing or at a production company, kind of wherever the wind takes me, because I will make my reel and stuff in college, which is just a display of like what you can do, like what videos you've worked on, and you send that out to a whole bunch of employers or clients and stuff, and hope that they get back to you, so you can work for them. Ferris also offers like a guaranteed internship, so I could potentially turn that into a job, so I could get an internship at a production company somewhere.
You say that this is your dream, and there's a lot of kids out there who have this dream, especially these creative dreams. Would you say this was like a creative, kind of artistic dream? And sometimes it's hard to turn that into a career.
Yeah.
How have you done that, or how do you plan to do that?
Well, that's why I'm going. Yeah, that's why I'm going to Ferris rather than Compass. I was looking at Compass College of Cinematic Arts in Grand Rapids, which is like purely film, like drive on out to Hollywood, get a job as a production assistant type film. But Ferris offers both film and like broadcast TV training, so I feel like that diversifies my skill set further than just pure film. So I could work for any number of TV stations as like a technician. I don't have to be creative. I could freelance making videos on the side as well. Yeah. So there's that as an option. So I feel like that and a diverse reel should land me some good jobs, hopefully. Such a unique medium, I feel. It's just, you can make other people see and hear not only what you're like actually seeing and hearing, but what you're feeling, like through the use of color or camera angles. Like you can make a scene like blue and dark and emotional, or bright and boomy and happy, depending on some sliders and adjustment knobs in your editing program.
For some of the first, it could be YouTube channels or even like big movies that everyone has seen, movies or shows that really inspired you, because I know that you mentioned a YouTube channel that you guys were copying.
Yeah, Freddie Wong, he's pretty cool. Yeah, he makes all sorts of just cool little mindless action videos and post tutorials on how to do them. But the thing about movies, I've always been into like videos and movie making stuff, but movie culture and stuff, I'm kind of, I don't know, I can't name a ton of actors. Like people always, like you're into movies and stuff, who's your favorite? I'm like, I just make these. So actually my project for this summer, I'm trying to watch a new movie every day, like all of the classics, like from classic films to like indie films to even bad movies that don't do things right, so I can see what they did wrong and hopefully
you can learn so much from
learn
that.
from
That
that.
would be so
So
cool.
hopefully getting better versed in like film culture and theory as well.
And what are your favorite stories to tell? Like, what do you like to film the most?
I like to film the absurd, I'd say. Like doing something that you wouldn't expect, or like satire, like criticizing, not like criticizing, but just playing off of popular culture and such.
I guess this would primarily be towards people who, just like Ashley said, sometimes it's hard to pursue a career that's more in the creative area.
Yeah, competitive.
Yeah, very competitive. So what advice would you give younger people who want to do this maybe, but are struggling to, come to terms with the fact that it's going to be hard?
For now, just make movies and do what you like. You can worry about the career stuff when you're in high school. Just learn how to make films. When you get a little bit older, find some like internet communities or local film groups to make videos with, talk about films, watch films. Yeah, just play around with editing software, do a bunch of tutorials on the internet. Internet tutorials are a huge one. That's how I learned everything I know.
That's the share chair.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Sid.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Share Chair. Stay tuned next week for a new episode.